got to talk. I got to tell what I feel. I got to talk about my life as I see it.
I'm the illest alive. The illest alive. Watch me prove it. I snatch your crown with your head still attached to it.
Come on, man. This is God-given. Only thing I got to do is just show up.
The nerve, the audacity.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for
Prophecies with the Prophet.
What is we talking about?
You want to be good or great, and then make me remember I'm trying to be great. You hear me? Great.
What's up, people? Welcome back to the Prophecies. Without vision, there is no understanding, and without understanding, there is no vision. We have a huge show for y'all tonight. As y'all can see, it's called the Red Light Special. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, like and share the video, say something in the chat so we can see who's all rocking and rolling. I do have all the ladies with me tonight and a special guest. Let me bring in Baby Hairs real quick. Baby Hairs, what up?
Hey.
All right, last week we were discussing gaslighting and things of that nature. Shout out to Nina. Nina's in the background. She's about to come up, y'all. That was her topic. I just wanted to, she was asking for examples, and we didn't really give, the best examples that there ever was created in history. So I'll just tell you what these are real quick, man. So I know a girl who was around 16, 17 at the time, and she had got caught by her mom in the crib smashing, right? So her mom told her, if you get pregnant, I'm going to put you out. So her boyfriend, or what she thought was her boyfriend at the time, was like, don't worry about it. We just do what we do, whatever. So she ends up getting pregnant, and he tells her, we gonna be a family, all of that bullshit. He tells her, we gonna be a family, don't kill my baby, we gonna be together forever, all things of that nature. And she ended up getting put out, and he was running the streets doing whatever he wanted, doing whatever, and that's how she ended up being a single mom, basically, because he was gaslighting her, telling her, that they was gonna be a family and things of that nature.
No.
So that is the great example of gaslighting. So it's basically in the intentions.
Okay.
So it's basically in the intentions. All right. I'm gonna tell y'all the female one, but I'm gonna bring in all the ladies before I say this shit. I'm gonna bring in all the ladies before I say this shit, man. So welcome. See no stress. Nina, please.
Hey, everybody.
Tia's back, and our special guest, Shawnette, is here with us tonight. So the gang's all here, people. All right,
gang.
All right, ladies, are y'all ready for y'all biggest gaslighting trick?
Our biggest gaslighting what?
The ladies' biggest gaslighting trick. The trick that y'all use.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's not a shot. I'm just saying.
It is because you sure can't find.
No, I never came for y'all. I'm just telling the people. I'm giving examples. Bear with me. I'm giving examples. Bear with me. All right. So there's a time where you might be with your person, whatever, and y'all.
All right. Well, let's get to this example.
Y'all in a nice intimate moment or whatever, and then she whispers in your ear, "This is your pussy." That is the biggest gaslighting trick of all time from the ladies, because it's not true.
It's not gaslighting.
It's not true. It's not true.
Just technically, for the moment,
It's not true. It's yours for the moment. That's what we gonna say, Nina. It's yours for the moment.
That time,
So
you
that's
know.
don't be mad at me, ladies. I'm just telling y'all what it is.
Gaslighting.
We
It
just
is.
talking you through it.
Now we talking you
it.
through it. Now we talking you through it. I cannot. I
Wait, but
cannot.
not all women is like that because I was never that girl.
Yeah, I never said that, Mama.
Like when that question was asked, it's mine.
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm not talking about when it's asked. Yeah, I'm not talking about when it's asked. I'm talking about when she just voluntarily says the shit.
Oh, okay.
I ain't talking about when it's asked. All right. As always, make sure y'all say something in the chat and hit that thumbs up button. I think we lost you on that for a second. I'm gonna wait for it to pop back up. Ladies, does anybody have anything they need to get off their chest, a question, whatever? Anything before we get into tonight's episode? I do have a quick this or that for y'all. If nobody has anything they need to get off.
No.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
All right, everybody good. All right, so we're gonna do a quick this or that on introverts versus extroverts. We're gonna do a quick this or that on introverts versus extroverts. Are you a person who prefers spending time alone or in large crowds?
Alone.
Alone. I got so much anxiety.
What's up, Tia?
Definitely doing alone. Cause I always had this. I'm like in the middle. So yeah, but I'm gonna do alone. I'm gonna say alone.
All right, what's your answer, CC?
I stay alone now. I used to be with the large crowds and be around people a lot, but like the more I've experienced energy exchange and the draining and all of that, I'd rather be at home alone.
All right. The next one is: do you avoid being the center of attention, or do you enjoy being the center of attention?
Avoid.
I don't mind it.
I was gonna say that, but I'm like, it depends on the situation, cause
Yeah.
Tia? We can't hear you. Mute on.
My bad, y'all. I lost service for a second. I didn't hear. I didn't hear the question on that.
Oh, I said, do you avoid being the center of attention, or do you enjoy being the center of attention?
I avoid it.
Sorry, you good. Let's see where we're at, man. All right. Do you think before you speak, or do you think out loud?
I think before I speak.
Can we go in between?
I know, right?
Y'all got a big one. Y'all gotta pick one.
Hard.
Y'all gotta pick one.
That is hard because you know what? For me, it's hard because a lot of times I allow the spirit to speak through me, so I just go.
It depends.
But then other times it's like, oh, okay, wait, let me think about this.
They feel like, shut up. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, showing that we're doing a quick little icebreaker, introverts versus extroverts. The question was, do you think before you speak, or do you think out loud?
Depends on the situation. I mean,
y'all want to play the middle here all night.
Right.
We play the middle all night.
I'm gonna say I think out loud.
I mean, first of all, with me being an introvert, it depends on who I'm around, if that makes sense. Like introverts, of course, are comfortable speaking their mind and being their true self when they're around people that they're comfortable with. Sometimes I just be like, think it in my mind and don't say anything. Like, it depends on the situation.
Okay. All right. What's your answer, baby hairs?
I think before I speak.
Okay.
And maybe of the stuff I've been through.
Okay, we got 3 more. Do you value one-on-one close relationships, or do you love like the whole group?
The whole group. No, it's both.
Right.
Yeah, They
These
both.
are not good. This or that.
They not.
That's what it
They aren't. They not.
These are not this or that scenarios. I feel like you gotta be.
You gotta pick one.
Whatever.
The pick are friends with a group of people, and then you have the one close friend. Like it's hard to be like, who I love more, my best friend, or do I love a group? Like it's hard to pick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would say I love my best friend more. Fuck that group.
You saying fuck us?
Not y'all. I'm just saying.
Right.
The group.
All right. The next one is: do you need time alone to recharge, or
Yes.
do you? Wait, I didn't even get it out. Damn. Or do you gain energy from others?
No, see me,
Alone.
I gotta go.
Yes. I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Either that or I'm in the gym. One or the other.
Yeah. Isolated still in the gym.
Right. By yourself still.
All right. Do you prefer working in quiet, independent spaces or in a group, in a team?
In a
Quiet.
team.
In a group.
Okay. What
It
you said,
depends on
baby?
the job.
Here you go.
Only reason I say is because I'm an entrepreneur. When I'm on my entrepreneur shit, I like to be by myself because I'm wearing multiple hats. But if I'm when I was working in a salon and stuff, I feel like it's very important to be around the team because you learn from other people. So I don't care. I'm in the middle. I don't care.
I can't. Did you answer, baby hairs?
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Nadine in the chat. Shout out to Rhonda in the chat. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
All right,
Hey,
let's
Miss
get
Pat.
into tonight's topic. So, if y'all don't know, Shawnette was on Intimate Conversations, and we did a whole topic on menopause and everything that involves that. So, if nobody's seen that, go check that out because people are getting that earlier than later. You have to know your family history and things of that nature. So there's a whole episode on menopause that she was a part of. But she's here tonight so we can discuss this red light special minute. Now I'm going to let the ladies ask questions, but I just want you to give her overall do's and don'ts when it comes to getting your time of the month. Shawnette.
All right. I'm listening.
No, I'm asking for do's and don'ts. I'm asking for do's and don'ts.
It's no real do or don't when a female gets their menstrual. It's no real do's or don't when it comes to that. Like,
Okay. All right, ladies. Anybody got a question? Or anybody want to
do.
share their journey? Go ahead. See no stress.
I have a few questions. Okay, but wait, are we talking about menopause or just
No, we're talking
the
about
cycle period?
the cycle, right?
Okay. All right. So I know a very popular topic is how many cycles do we have in a month? Because I've heard that there are 4 cycles in a month. So can you elaborate a little bit on that?
meaning like as far as the menstrual cycle or just the cycle period?
The menstrual cycle.
So you're only supposed to have 1 cycle a month. You can get symptoms of your menstrual 2 weeks before your menstrual starts. Then you'll have your menstrual, and then you can have symptoms 2 weeks after your menstrual is gone.
Okay.
So I think that's why a lot of people think it's like longer than what it is, even though, which is crazy because some people do get 2 menstruals a month, depending on how many days they have in between.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay. When I was reading about it, it was saying that how long is the ovulation period?
I think it's like 7 to 10 days or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen something around maybe 7 to 14 days. Is it what I seen that said before? Like before your period starts.
But if you realize, I mean, you don't know, but I've know a lot of people who have gotten pregnant either like right before their menstrual or right after.
Okay. All right. Anybody else got questions? Because I can let these Jones off. I mean,
Well, I got like I have like a story and a question ish, right? So me and my cycle is like my kryptonite, right? So me and my reproductive system, whatever you want to call it, we are not the best of friends. We just go at it. We've been going at it since this girlfriend has gotten here. Okay. So I'm not even gonna bore y'all with the story because we'll be here until tomorrow. But what I will say is I just turned 36 last month, and I've finally kind of gotten like the gist of, okay, this is what we're doing, right? And what I finally understood, so I ended up having to, like, when I was like 24 or 26, I ended up having to, because I ended up getting like these dermoid cysts on one of my ovaries. And even fighting that was like a journey within itself, because that's how my third baby got here, because they refused to like do surgery because of this dermoid cyst that was on an ovary. When I had went to go try to get it off, I went to Einstein. Y'all do what y'all want to do, but Einstein won't be seeing me no more, because I went to go try to get it off and they took the wrong ovary and fallopian tube out. So as of this moment, I'm missing an ovary and fallopian tube that they had no business touching. So when I went to go try to get it fixed, I had to go see what do you call them? Doctors, like the reproductive doctors over in Bryn Mawr. Is when people like go because they having issues conceiving, those kind of doctors. Right? Thank you, fertility.
I was either going to say fertility or endocrinology. They see both. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was the fertility doctor over in Bryn Mawr. I was 24 then. Okay, I ended up having to go see them because I went to all different types of hospitals, and they're like, "No, we're not touching you." Because, mind you, now I still have this sick ovary, but I'm just missing a whole ovary and fallopian tube for no reason, right? So, but anyway, that's how my third baby got here. But I'm still fighting the dermoid cyst. I'm still fighting endometriosis. I'm still fighting fibroids, and I'm still fighting this cyst. But I'm still, because I'm at risk of it rupturing. So they're like, oh, well, we don't want to touch it because, you're missing a fallopian tube and all this other stuff. And then two, if we do touch it, you're at risk of being sterile. And they kind of treated me the same way they treat people if you want your tubes tied. Like if you want your tubes tied too early, because it's like some guidelines or some rules that they have if you don't have babies and you're like, oh, I want my tubes tied. This, how they be like, oh, you're too young to have your tubes tied or whatever like that. So they're like, oh, huh?
It's insurance purposes when they do that, wanting your tubes tied. Because I know someone who doesn't have any kids, but because she had private insurance, she got her tubes tied.
Yep, and I didn't have private insurance. I had insurance at that time. I had insurance through the state because I had just got my job. I had just started my career, and my private insurance didn't kick in yet. That's exactly how it was. So yeah, and so they're like, no, blah blah blah. This is the only way you'll do it. You gotta conceive and have a baby. So that's how my third baby got here. She's playing. So moving forward, jumping all these years, I end up getting surgery, blah blah blah. But now I'm still fighting endometriosis. I'm still fighting fibroids. So skipping towards today, out of all those years, I have like these heavy menstruals. The doctors can't never seem to find the right regimen for me. And of course, with the menstruals and the bleeding and the endometriosis, it attacks like, you like your fatigue, and it started attacking like your mental and things like that, right? So here's where my questions start coming into. Because I found other different regimens. Is there any truth or is this still myth? Because I did find that some things do work. I started eating foods based on my blood type, which I did kind of see that did work. I based my workouts around my luteal or follicular phase. So, because we have the luteal phase, we have the follicular phase, and then you have your actual menstrual, right?
Right.
And I based my workouts around then, but then I increased my greens. And this is my question. So, does that work for every woman?
No.
And you know, as far as like increasing like the greens or whatever, and like changing the diet, because what I noticed was when I increased my greens, as far as like my iron, it shortened my menstrual. And when I started increasing the days where I worked out, that helped like tame the heaviness of my menstrual as well. So does that work for every woman, or that only, of course, worked for me because of how I tamed my regimen around my menstrual specifically?
What worked for you might not work for the next person.
Right.
But eating based on your blood type, that is a true fact. A lot of people don't want to believe it because some people who have certain blood types are not supposed to eat like dark chocolate. Like me, I have O positive. I'm not supposed to eat dark chocolate, but I absolutely love it. And that's like all for me. And once the doctor was like, yeah, you got to give up dark chocolate, like I almost lost it. I actually posted it on my Facebook a couple weeks ago when I went to see the doctor, and she told me. As far as increasing like leafy vegetables like broccoli, spinach, and stuff like that, sometimes that still might not be enough. Sometimes people have to go on iron pills, but of course women don't like iron pills because it makes them constipated. So a lot of people go on the iron infusions instead, but that's when the hematologist comes in. And a lot of people who have like heavy menstruals, bleeding more than once a month, or your menstruals are lasting longer than 10 days, now your iron levels are dropping and you're tired and you're fatigued and your skin is itchy and stuff like that. So then that's when they go to the hematologist, and the hematologist will run some tests, and instead of putting you on those pills to make you constipated, they'll just put you on the infusions.
All right. So this topic did come about because somebody did ask us about that excessive bleeding. And she was saying that she had 2 or more periods a month. Is that more common than not?
No, it's actually very common. It could come from fibroids, it can come from ovarian cysts, or it could just come from, unfortunately, you just having your body just gives you an abnormal menstrual. And it could also be an anticoagulation disorder where your blood is not clotting and you're constantly bleeding. And then again, that's where your GYN is supposed to send you to a hematologist to figure out why you're bleeding so much once they ran all of the tests that they ran and they can't come up with anything.
All right. So what is like the things to look out for to be like, all right, this is a little bit off, so I
Okay,
need to take my ass to the doctor?
I'm gonna go off of my experience, especially with me having a hysterectomy so young. I was 36 when I had a hysterectomy. I was fine. Everything was good. I got my tubes tied around 20 something. I was in my 20s when I got my tubes tied. A year later, the cramps, unbearable. Like I couldn't get out of bed. Like they were unbearable. Then I started having long menstruals, not like heavy at the time. They were just last longer. Like my menstruals were anywhere from 3 to 5 days. They went from like 5 to 10 days. And I just started documenting that. And then I went and I told my GYN. She then had me go get some ultrasounds, some CTs. At the time, they couldn't find anything. They said, "Oh, you're fine. we're going to put you on a drug called Provera. Provera is supposed to help you stop the bleeding. I went on a Provera for a couple days, and then my period for some odd reason just regulated. A couple years later goes by. Here we go with the heavy periods again. The periods were so heavy again. Now my tubes are still tied. They said, "Oh, well, we're going to put you on birth control to regulate your menstrual." Why would you have to put me on birth control to regulate my menstrual if my tubes are tied? Nobody can answer this question. So then they end up doing a transvaginal ultrasound, and they was like, "Oh, you have fibroids." Then they end up doing a CT with contrast. If anybody knows what that is, they put the IV in your arm, you go through the machine, and they say you have about 13 fibroids. Some of them are blocking your bladder. We can't see your kidneys. Oh, you need to have a hysterectomy ASAP. Like, everything happened so fast. It was like no in between, no nothing. And again, and that just made the cramping way more worse than what it was. And at this time, I think I had a menstrual that lasted legit for 72 days.
That's ridiculous.
Wow. So I would never forget that. That was the worst couple months of my life.
All right, ladies, do y'all have any questions? Because I'll go revamp.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So was it like heavy every single day, or was it like spotting and like were you cramping the whole time too?
Oh, yes, I was cramping majority of the time. So let me see, about 7 days a week, I'm gonna say I'm cramping maybe 5. Sometimes the cramps is waking me up out of my sleep. And it was heavy. It was heavy a lot. I was always taking everywhere I went. I had to change the clothes. Like, it was horrible. I would hate to sit down, hate to get up. Like, it was ridiculous.
Wow.
And the thing, when you have fibroids, when women have fibroids, like, if you're at an age where you're done having kids and you don't want, like, you done, and they say, well, you can either let us remove the fibroids, which is called a myomectomy, or you can get a hysterectomy. My suggestion would be to just go ahead and get a hysterectomy, because what these GYNs do not tell you is that they take them fibroids, and it's a possibility that they can grow back and grow back bigger than what you had them before. And they don't tell you that.
This is crazy.
That's tough.
All right.
Wow. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Listen,
that's a lot.
listen, I tell people all the time, because I was working in GYN for a long time, and we would try to explain the scenarios to these women, and they like, no, I don't want to get hysterectomy because I don't want to grow hair, or I don't want to look like a man, or I'm not going to be able to have sexual intercourse anymore because I'm not going to have a vagina. And I'm like,
what?
I was about to say, wait a minute. Like, seriously? These are the things that you've heard? That is crazy.
First of all, I know y'all didn't Google that, because
I had a couple people say that to me. I couldn't believe it. I said, where did you? Like, it's not like we're going to take, like, how can you take it? You can't. I said, we're going on the inside and taking everything that's on the inside. That don't have nothing to do with what's downstairs.
Not by a long shot. Like, y'all gonna sew it up. They gonna sew it up.
Werewolf.
I think that we were like sewing clothes. Like, I mean, you still have to use the bathroom, right? Like, you still go to the bathroom from down there. So I don't understand what they meant by that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's craziness. Any other questions, ladies?
Yes. So I would like to know, okay, so I told you I have a couple questions. This one question is pertaining to me. I would have my period like random times in the month. Like every month, like this month, my period will come at the beginning. Next month, it'll come at the end or in the middle. And then the following month, it comes, like same thing. It just would juggle around. And I just thought that it came with me getting older and having 3 kids. So, like, are you able to explain like what that's about?
So sometimes that can happen, believe it or not. They say your cycle changes every 5 years. That's what
Mm.
they say. But I mean, I don't know. Again, I feel like it depends on the person and their anatomy and their just overall immune system. Um, I do know a lot of women that once they got older, even not having children, they have acquired 2 menstruals within a month because for whatever reason when you get older it's like your cycle shortens. And you know how when you were younger you could count on day 28 it was there like clockwork.
Mhm.
And then it's like the older you get, if you notice your days start getting shorter, it might go from 25 to 20. And then if you have a short month, sometimes like February, some people are getting that second menstrual in a month.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's not always normal. It
I didn't hear that last part. You said it's not always normal. What?
always normal to have 2 menstruals within a month, but sometimes it depends on the person and how their cycle is.
Okay. Okay, can I ask my next question? T. Yes, okay, good. Thank you. I'm so excited about this. I love knowledge. Like knowledge is key. Okay, so I asked a couple of my friends, if they had any questions. And I have what happens, okay, what is it when you have your period, when a woman has her period, she doesn't have any kids, and she gets pain and cramps in her butt.
That's
Like,
normal. That's actually normal. A lot of people get that. That used to happen to me too. And they just said it's because listen, I asked all these questions to the GYN and they was like, oh, that's normal. It's nothing wrong. It just happens.
okay. Okay. And then this is my last question. Um, can you talk a little bit about what happens with the period after having kids? Because everybody's different. Like my experience was after I had my first child, I think my cycle just was kind of cool. And then when I had my second child, my like me knowing that I'm about to come on, it was a horrible experience. Like it would feel like my vagina was being pulled like that, and it would be so painful. And then with my third child, like, I mean, I just get really bad cramps now. So are you able to elaborate on what happens with the period after having babies?
They basically just said it's your body going through the change of, I guess, your cycle being normal, and then you're getting pregnant, and then you having a baby, and then now your menstrual has to come back and figure out, like, are we going to come on this day or that day? And again, after having kids, which sucks, the symptoms of your menstrual do become way more intense because
Oh,
probably before you had kids, you probably didn't have cramps. You probably could, not, you're supposed to change every so often, but you know what I mean? Like as you get older, your menstrual's getting heavier. You in the bathroom more. Your back is hurting. You got a headache. Your neck hurt. Like it's so many different symptoms after you have kids. It's ridiculous. That again, the GYN doesn't tell you about.
I have one more question.
Go ahead.
Um,
Oh, shit.
Go ahead, see.
Go ahead. Okay.
Because I be trying to look. Okay,
We're here to
so
learn. We're here to learn. Go ahead.
okay, so I know that food contributes to a lot of things with our body. Period. Um, how does food contribute to the cycle? Because from something that I had heard from, I think her name is I am surviving vegan. She
Mhm.
stated that we're not supposed to have a heavy period. And the reason that what the word she uses, was hemorrhage is because of the meat that we eat, or like the, you know, the processed foods. So is that like a true fact?
That part, I honestly still think it depends on the person. Now, me, I don't eat pork or red meat. And even when I stopped eating the red meat, I still was having like uncontrollable periods. So I do know that there have been some people that went either completely vegan or plant-based. And I mean, they still have a heavy menstrual, but it's not as heavy as it used to be.
Okay.
You know, stuff like that. I think you just got to play around with it and see what works for you. And then, you know, might just have to take it from there.
Okay. Thank you so much for your knowledge.
I
I appreciate it.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Tia.
So you know how, like, as far as like the cycle being kind of like a cleanser of our body, so when that isn't, like, if you're not getting a cycle regularly, or like for me right now, I'm breastfeeding. So I'm not, I've only gotten my cycle one time, which I was confused why the bitch came, because I heard I ain't supposed to be getting her. Okay. I was confused why she popped up. Okay. But
Right.
I'm just curious as to, like, when you're not getting it, you know how some people are on birth control and it doesn't come. Like, I've always been very curious of, like, so if that's not happening, what does that mean as far as like our body cleansing itself? Like, does that cause like back up or something? Like, I don't know. Like, the thought of it is like, it's supposed to be coming out. So if it's not coming out and it's stuck up there, what's happening?
No, believe it or not, your body still goes through the cycle. It just doesn't come down because of the birth control. And then with you breastfeeding, I never really got into the dynamics of why they say if you're breastfeeding you don't get a menstrual, which is weird to me. But that's, the doctors say that it's just a good thing. But your body still goes through the cycle. It just doesn't come down.
Okay.
Because if you notice, like, you still might have your mood swings.
Oh yeah, I still get the cramps. I still,
Yep.
yeah. It's just not coming up. Yeah.
1 minute you not. 1 minute you want to sleep. 1 minute you up all night. Like, you still get all the symptoms. You just don't see it.
Okay.
I got a question.
Of course.
I got a question. Okay. Now I know it says, like, it's a real life special, right? And if this not in a all right, here's my question.
Tell you your question, girl.
My question is always a little taboo, but now I know a lot of people may frown upon having sex with their period on or not, and that's their prerogative. But I don't know about the truth, like how the facts are, like how long does like the sperm stay like in the vagina? I think it's like what, 48 to 72 hours or something like that, right? So say if she's like on like day, like, you know, say if her menstrual lasts like 4 or 5 days, right? And she's on like day 4 or day 3. Do you see where I'm going with this? So, but then ovulation is, because ovulation usually come like 2 to 3 days after, am I right? After the menstrual. So say if she has sex like on day 4 or whatever, does that, because usually people are like, oh, well, I had sex while my menstrual's on, so I'm not going to get pregnant. But it's like, no, because the sperm can last until ovulation, so you can still get pregnant. I think that's a conversation that we don't have often enough, because then you thinking you having sex with this man while your menstrual on, and then 4 days later you having sex with Peter, thinking Peter's the dad. Peter ain't the dad because you had sex with Joe while your menstrual was on, and you was like, oh, all right, I ain't gonna go that far. We don't have those conversations often. I think that kind of education is very key. So can you highlight on the truth or the facts and the myths on that timeline?
That's definitely true. No, it doesn't even matter if it's day 4, day 2. It could be day 1. If you're having sex on your menstrual, you can still get pregnant. I know a couple people that got pregnant on their menstrual. And again, with me working in GYN, a lot of these doctors tell these females, like, do not, like, this is your time when you're most fertile, especially if you're a fertile person. Do not have sex on your menstrual or at least 7 days after your menstrual unless you're trying to have a baby.
Mm. And what about before your menstrual come on? Is that still since
It
like a
you
sensitive fertile time
if you're not on birth control.
if you're not on birth control?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's tricky.
Yep.
T, why you rubbing your eye?
Because it's
Flashback?
tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky.
T counting right now. Go ahead and look at the calendar. You're like, I might end this early. I got somebody to call.
All right. I want to ask y'all, ladies, and we can go down the line.
Okay.
When you had an introduction to this, did anybody teach you like beforehand, like prepare you for it? Was there anybody to teach you about what you were about to go through, or did you just have to figure it out?
So I was raised by my grandparents, and I was, at least fortunate enough to know and be raised by my great grandmother as well. So they kind of broke the mold and told me what I'm to expect. And if you see this, don't be scared. And so they kind of walked me through it. So when it did happen, I got it kind of late. I was 14 because I was an athlete. I wasn't scared. I knew. I told my mom, and it was that.
Tia.
So my mom was always like very open and blunt about a lot of things. So I always like seen when my mom was on her cycle, and like she would, show me as far as like the pads and stuff like that. Yeah, she's very like open with stuff like that. So when mine came on, actually I was mad at my mom. So I didn't tell my mom that it came on. I just knew where everything was. I went in her closet and was like, I'll figure it out. I was so mad at her. I told my sister, and then she told my mom like 2 days after me, going through. But I really already knew. I don't remember exactly like what I did about like relieving the pain. I don't really remember. But I guess I figured it out. But yeah, that's pretty. I didn't really know, of course, like as years went on and stuff like that, more in depth about it. But I just knew kind of like what I needed to do to, make sure it wasn't on my pants or anything like that. That's pretty much all I knew. But it wasn't really a conversation that much.
Nina.
So kind of yes and no. Like it was very vague. My mom, like she's like, "Oh, this is a pad. You'll bleed. This is where you put the pad." And then that was like the end of the conversation. As far as like the education of it, oh, this might hurt. And like the intricate parts, no. I was raised by my grandmother, and my grandmother is more nurturing. She taught me how to like clean myself up. Oh, rocks out of help, like that kind of thing. So I won't be embarrassed. Like she taught me the etiquette of it. You know what I mean? But even still, like it might be 5 days, 7 days, like, the actual education of it. No, I learned it in school.
Cece.
That's back when they had all of that stuff in classes. They don't even teach that stuff no more.
Yeah, sex ed.
That's a fact.
They taught us a lot back then. No, nobody prepped me for my period. I didn't know nothing. But I'll tell you this. I used to go through my sister's purse and clean her purse, and I would see the pads, and I'd be like, dang, what is this? Like, why she got this? And, I did ask her, like, what is that? And she did tell me that it was a pattern for your period, but I didn't know like age. I didn't know nothing. So when my cycle came, I was really sad because I didn't know what was going on, and nobody told me anything. So it was kind of like I had to learn and just kind of go my way with it. I knew to, let my mom know, hey, I'm in pain, I'm having cramps, and she would make me tea and give me medicine. But outside of that, I didn't have like deep knowledge on the period.
Baby hairs.
My grandparents raised me, so I don't know. I don't really remember if my grandmom like really taught me or whatever. But I know when I did get it, she did tell my dad, and I wasn't even a teenager yet, and I was so embarrassed because because my dad, one of the men, he really take care of his woman. So like me being his daughter, like he was like ran to the store, got them pads, like came back. I'm sitting on the toilet still. I'm thinking my grandma coming. It's my dad coming up the damn steps. He coming in the door. I got these for you. Like, but so like as far as like knowledge, I don't think so. But as far as like how to put on a pad and how to clean myself, like yeah, I know she taught me that because when he brought them pads in, I remember I put that I was able to put that shit on real quick and I knew what I was doing. So, but not like as far as what to expect, cramps and my titties getting big or like as far as like them hurting and all of that, no. And I didn't even have breasts back then anyway when I first got it.
All right.
Real quick, that's another thing that I meant to mention when you said your breast hurt. So I didn't really start having issues with like my breast being tender until I was in my 40s, mind you, and I hysterectomy. So I'm just like, but they don't tell you still get the symptoms of having your period and stuff like that. So one day I got in the shower. Harry, I'm getting in the shower. The water hit me. It felt like lightning hit my nipples.
Yes. I be like that.
Like I jumped out that shower so fast and said, what the hell was that? I was like, something's wrong. I went to stick my hand back in there just to make sure, like, and I called my doctor and she was like, oh no, that's normal. It's just your hormones. I said, that never, ever happened to me, ever. Yeah. I was scared to death. I didn't know what it was.
I'm 35 and I'm just now starting to experience that. Like, I was on birth control for a long time. So I've been detoxing from that for 2 years now, almost 3. And because I'm trying to have a baby. But
here we go. Here we go.
My youngest is 3.
But now when I get my period, my titties swell up and they never did that before and they hurt so bad. Like taking my bra off just to take a shower, it hurts so bad. And like now and they swell up before I get my period. So like I'm like, am I pregnant?
He's so silly. I'm so glad y'all said that. I recently just started experiencing it.
But I know I'm not. I know I'm not. Was my period about to come on? I'd be like, my period about to come on.
But it's
my daughter's like,
yeah, that's what it is for me.
She was like, I know titties hurt, don't it? Yes.
Oh my God.
Starting to regulate back from not being on birth control, because birth control have hormones, so it's all them hormones and your body is all over the place, so it's pretty much your body getting back to the way I guess it should have been.
I know that because now my periods is regular now, like they come on like clockwork, same time every time.
That's good.
All right, ladies, so what's the mood and what helps you during these times?
Sex. Sex. I'm gonna go first.
We gotta hurry up. They got something to do. Yeah.
Not the first 2 days. No, I don't want none of that because I cramp too bad and my flow is a little too heavy. But after them first 2 days, lots and lots of sex for me.
Ladies.
Heating pads. Are you talking about like when we're on our period?
Right.
Okay, so yeah. Heating pad, assistance because I be in pain. Like my cycle takes me down for 2 days at the least 2 days. Ibuprofen, tea. Um, yeah, that's what helps. And candy, chocolate soothes me.
I'm trying to think. God, what did used to help me? Sleep. A hot shower. My mom used to give me because my mom was in a few car accidents, so she always had chronic pain, and I'm taking it back in the day where they used to give you Dilaudid and you couldn't take it at that. Like I was like between like 15 and 24 already taking Dilaudid for the pain. So that would help. As far as like anything else like tea or food or nothing, like more so I just wanted to just lay down and not do anything. Like I just wanted to sleep for like the first couple days, and then after that, I was cool. And then I noticed once I started to exercise more and run more, because I was a runner, they started to not be as heavy and not be as painful. But once I had my kids, everything just resurfaced.
I always have felt like disgusted. Like I know it's natural, but I just feel like nasty. That be my it's just so much. I feel like I always get nauseous. The nausea automatically hits me from the beginning. Surprisingly, I know most women be like the heating pad. I can't. I hate a heating pad. I can't be hot. That's gonna make me even more nauseous. I want to lay down, or sitting on the toilet helps me a lot. I don't know why, but sitting on the toilet, I don't know, it's cold. What I don't know. That helps me. I'm definitely a tea drinker, so that definitely helps. But I just can't. Like you know how the tea will heat you up. Like I'll take the tea, but I gotta I don't know. I gotta be outside a little bit. I don't know. It'd be a lot going on. Ibuprofen is the best thing for me, but now since I only have one kidney, I cannot take ibuprofen. I can't take NSAIDs. So
you stuck with Tylenol.
Look at that.
I don't do nothing. I'd be like, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I sneak in there ibuprofen. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I mean, it just hurts so bad. Like it's just, I can't take. It be too much.
Listen, I know dope nephrologist if you need one.
Oh, okay. All right. We gonna talk. But yeah, so laying down definitely helps. Like you said, the shower, or I used to like just sitting in the tub, just letting the shower just run on me. That was really soothing for me. Yeah, sorry, y'all. The baby is a little loud. I'm sorry.
He good.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Nina?
Yeah, I'm literally two different people in a month. Two totally different people. And it started before. So I need my therapist. I need my soul family. I need my soul tribe. I have to meditate. I have to meditate prior to my menstrual. I have to do Reiki. I have to do it, or else I am a threat to society. Literally. Y'all don't want to see me. Y'all don't want to know me. Something's gonna happen. And then yeah, like literally everything else the lady said, I feel I'm actually allergic to like naproxens and ibuprofen. So all I can do is either Tylenol or like tramadol or whatever those it's another one like they call it like Tylenol 3s or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The hydrocodone or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Those.
You said Vicodin?
No. Is it Vicodin?
Yeah, hydrocodone is Vicodin.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like maybe was Tylenol 3 like a nickname or something for? I don't look.
Tylenol 3 is Tylenol 3.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I can't take like NSAIDs or ibuprofens or none of that. I can only like stick to like those things or whatever. I'm allergic. So it'd be like hell and hot water. Like really like warm showers help or whatever. But once my boobs like stop hurting and stop swelling, then I could take like the warm showers and stuff like that. Cause it be feeling like milk about to come out. That's how much they hurt.
When y'all was saying that, I'm like, they got to be describing like when your milk come in. While you
that's how I feel. It'd be like I'm like, and I'd be like hunched over. I'm like, oh my god.
You lean over and thinking you about to
be touching. You got me touching on my nipple. I'm like, wait, is something coming out? Like that's how it feels.
It is.
Like, I'm like, okay, no. So and then yes, tea and child, and then I'm in the bed, and then once like I'm on like day 2 and 3, I start feeling a sense of normalcy because I'm a big baby, and then I want to cuddle. I want to cuddle and cry. Like, yeah, it's the weirdest shit ever. And then I'm good after like day 4. After day 5, I'm normal. Like I'm me again. I'm myself. I'm all right.
I have a question. Oh, sorry. Wait.
Go ahead, you go.
Oh, Bianca went already. I do have another question. So, and it's pertaining to menopause because I felt like I was going through premenopausal. I guess that's how you say it.
Yeah.
And I'm 37. So, like, I went through a phase of like hot flashes often. And I never had hot flashes. And I'm like, okay, what is this? So then when I, did my research and stuff, the premenopausal came up. And I think the age, like the earliest age was maybe, I can't even quote it because I don't remember. But at what age range does premenopausal start?
It's early now.
Supposed to be between 50 and 51. Supposed.
Yeah,
but now it's early. I was 36 when it happened.
When you started to experience like symptoms of menopause?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I also came from my mom starting menopause at 35. So it could also be a family history as well. Yeah, my mom menopause at 35. I had a hysterectomy at 36. Automatically threw me in there.
Wow. Okay.
I don't like this conversation anymore. Horrible.
But you know what we need?
I'm sorry y'all gotta go through this. I'm sorry y'all gotta
Thank you.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm over here like, I don't have to go.
If y'all want to gaslight somebody, I got something for y'all next week.
I'm sorry y'all gotta go through this.
It's good to have these conversations though, and I'm definitely like I'm gonna make some content like telling the guys because I think men should be more educated on what happens to us women when we're going through our cycle. Because they don't be knowing, they just be thinking like, oh, she being mean or oh, you being a B. And it's like, no, nigga, I'm going through stuff internally that you don't know about. And I don't even know that I'm mad. I just know I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't want you to touch my titties because they're tender. You don't know what that feels like. Leave me alone.
No, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
but you just don't want to give me no cutty. I don't. Man, fuck you. You take it off. You can have it. I don't got it.
Please.
Yo, I have to take up for the guys. Sorry.
Go ahead, T. Look,
I'm just saying. I ain't gonna go too far, but I just want to say this one thing. yes, your guy should be paying attention and he should know like around the time that your cycle is coming and all that. But the breast thing, y'all have to tell a nigga because we like to grab a breast. I'm sorry, we like to grab a breast. Tell a nigga if your breast is sore. Tell a nigga. That's all I'm asking. Tell a nigga.
And when they sore, I like mine getting touched because please rub them. They hurt.
Oh, you can take that?
I can't take it.
Nipples like this, like he got to go like this.
Stop.
Look at Nina.
I mean, it hurts. That's the only way the pain.
Take your boot off, Tia.
Oh, girl.
Where all the nerves is at. So
That's what I'm thinking.
But it's not hard. Like he do it like baby soft. Like it's the only way. It's the only way. Like that shit stops hurting. Like as if he goes like this, baby soft for me. Like. And I
wish it was like that for me, cause
I be needing that. Like that be the only way my breast feel better. Like I don't know.
All right.
She loved that man.
My man, that's my man right there, man.
Go ahead and catch him up.
Ladies, are y'all having those conversations with the guy? Like, even like when you start getting like close with the guy, are you having a conversation with him like, yo, around that time, this is what I need you to do?
I did. I make sure I had those conversations. My son's dad, I made sure because he paid a lot of attention to me. Like when my cycle came on, I was not around him. Like the first 2 days I wouldn't come around because, like I said, I don't like the way that makes me feel. Like I feel kind of like disgusted in a sense. So to eliminate you getting cursed out, I'm just gonna stay away. So he brought it to my attention. Like, well, yeah, I know you're not gonna come over because your cycle just came on. I'm like, you're my business, but I like it though. I'm like, but that opened the door for me to really like be like, yeah, because this is what happens. Da 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 da. And through the relationship, he was very considerate of like certain things. I'm very open and honest and blunt in my relationships though. Like I don't hold back on pretty much anything. I think is very, very important. So when it comes down to that, something that I got to deal with every single month. Are you going to know what snacks I like? You going to know what I need? You're going to the store for me if I need you to. Don't get and this. Go get that shit, because just like you going to want to be inside me, you need to be able to help me clear this shit out. So I need you to go to the store, period.
A lot of men don't like going to the store to buy.
I don't care.
I don't care about none of that.
But I feel like that's just being like you're not a man then. I feel like you're not a man if you can't go to the store and get your woman her feminine products. Like
if you have a daughter, you're not gonna do that for your daughter too?
It's so funny because on my Facebook, like a year ago, I talked about that, and a lot of men was coming on there like, "Oh no, I just DoorDash shit. I just
DoorDash it.
Y'all not like what? So
why is the y'alls?
Because
I don't like the y'alls.
No, I love it because he really took care of me. Like even after I had my hysterectomy, like helping me go to the bathroom and all that. Like,
I didn't have the conversation.
Why didn't you have it? You didn't feel comfortable, or you just didn't have it?
Well, I just didn't have it, honestly. Because I didn't know, like, hey, I should tell you, everybody, I go through this. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of was like a wean in process. Like, this is what I'm going through. And then I didn't even realize for real, like that I was having real bad attitudes before my cycle started. You know what I'm saying? Until my dude pointed out, he was like, yeah, you about to come on your period one time. I cussed him smooth out. And he was like, yeah, you about to come on your period. And I'm like, no, like, you knew that. Get out of here.
They pay attention without telling you.
Yeah. And that's why we got to pay attention, because we don't want to get stabbed. That's all. If you don't want to get stabbed, pay attention. It's that simple. Like it's that simple, man. But it's like a maturity thing on those guys that be like they don't want to go to the store and get that shit or whatever. That's all that is. That's a maturity thing, or it could be like a love thing. Like if you love somebody, I'll clean your shit up if need be. When you love somebody, those are just things that you got to do. So when people don't do those things, that's when you got to start questioning other things. Anybody got any more questions? Everybody good? Everybody quiet? What we doing? Before we wrap up, I'll ask y'all, does anybody have a story to share on an experience on the topic?
I gave mine already.
Go ahead, Shauna.
I was about to say, like, for anybody in a group that's, again, like having heavy periods, really bad cramping, periods that's lasting for more than 7 days, periods that's coming more than twice a month. I say this to anybody, regardless of what the situation is: be your own advocate. Do not let these doctors say that's not possible, because they only pretty much learn by textbook. They don't really know too much of what's going to happen until they start to see it differently and see it through different people. Unfortunately, with a lot of Black women, and again, this is from witnessing it from experience, they think Black women don't know what they're talking about until they start to see a lot of this stuff happening. So if you have any cramps and these heavy periods, request the ultrasound, request the CT, request some blood work, request to go see a hematologist, because I mean, it's better to get the answers that you're looking for as opposed to struggling and going through it every single month.
I have something. Why is it that say if a female has like tiny cysts on her ovaries, they're just tiny cysts, they're not nothing else, they recommend getting back on birth control so that it goes away? Is it a money thing also?
That part, I'm not sure. Some people don't want to go on a birth control to let the cyst supposedly what they call it shrink, and then some women just be like, just go robotic and just remove it. Why would I go on birth control when you could just remove it?
Right.
Because a lot of times, depending on what birth control that you're, some birth control cause fibroids, and they don't tell you that either.
Yep. Like, to piggyback off of like both of them, my experiences has been horrific, and that's exactly like they put me on, take this birth control, just let's see if this works. Like, you're literally a rat experiment. Take this, let's see if this works. Take this, let's see if this works. And then you're switching from go see this doctor, go see that doctor. I've seen hematologists, I've seen endocrine, I've seen, like we said, fertility doctors. I've seen so many different GYN doctors for different, and what ended up happening is certain symptoms have exacerbated itself. And then I ended up, and then you ended up growing even bigger cysts, or, now I have fibroids, and then now the endometriosis has gotten worse. And, but like you're saying, Sean, that it'll either, certain medicines will either grow more cysts, or it'll make the cyst grow bigger. And then they're like, oh, well, now let's try this. And they switch in different medicines. But for my story, it was just like, you know what? Because I know I've learned and seen how they treat Black women, not just from like, reading the history books, but again, personal experiences. And I've worked in the medical field as well, and I've seen it. I've seen us rotate inside and out, and you know, I'm seeing how they treat other different women, and I'm like, and even women who had the same thing that I'm going through, and I'm seeing your issues getting resolved, and I've seen how, you know, they're like, oh well, let's fix it, and I'm like, whoa, how come your treatment is getting, how come you're getting handled different? And I'm like, okay, let's take matters into my own hands, and then that's what pushed me to go do outside resources, and you know, and then I started. That's how I ran up on, okay, let me eat for my blood type. That's how I ended up finding that knowledge, like, you know what I mean? And then, and just to speak on to like whoever may resonate with this, and um or with the story or whatever, whoever's watching, but I ended up going the holistic route, right? And a lot of herbs and alternative medicines that they do have out there available does help. And Shawnette, I couldn't have said it best. Do what works for your body, because I ended up doing what worked. Like, what I did lean on the medical field for was the surgery. I can't do surgery. That's one thing I can't do. But what I can do is I can lean in and I can listen to my body. Okay, this hurts today. This is heavy today. The best thing you guys can do for yourself is record each and every month. What hurts? What's different? Because they can't tell you about yourself. Like, you know what I mean? And what's bothering you, the littlest things that you may think is not important is exactly what is important. Like, you know, down to changing your diet. Even if you go, oh, that's my favorite thing to eat, I don't give a damn. Don't eat it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to exacerbate your symptoms and make it even worse. Like, you guys think, oh, I'm so tired all the time. I'm fatigued. I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, even it will bother your mental, because it's all connected together. Like, you know what I mean? So the woman's body is a very unique place to live in. And I can't preach that enough. Like Shawnette said, listen to your body and do what it's telling you to do. Record.
All right, people. Nobody else has any last questions? Any last questions in the chat?
Yes.
All right.
I don't.
Okay. Tia said she mad at me.
You got to have some more representation. You know,
they coming.
I'll be saying it.
You get bullied over here. You know?
First of all, let me explain something to y'all. Y'all want me to bring men up here. They not gonna be like me. I just want to say that, like, they say a bunch of off the wall shit that I gotta check niggas and, you know, this is that. But I'm gonna bring them for y'all. We gonna get
Well, don't bring the savages, because we savages too now. Okay?
y'all is team serial killers.
Hey, you, all right? Make sure you bring the right squad.
Y'all team. I gotta make sure that y'all are protected. So I don't want to just bring anybody, but they come. They come. As always, people, welcome to the prophecies. Without understanding, there is no vision. Without vision, there is no understanding. Thank you, ladies, as always. Shout out to you, Shawnette. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's do a little bit of push and pee real quick. So, Shawnette, I'll let the ladies go first, and then you can follow up so you can get the gist of what's going on. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Oh.
Who said that?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
Hey y'all. I'm a gaming mommy. I don't know. 40 Shorty 1222, all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. I play video, I stream, and I'm a mom.
Okay. All right, baby hairs. Who want to go next?
I'll go next. Hey y'all, it's me, Nina Please. Nina Please on all platforms, including Instagram and one of them other ones. Please, log into my website at expressspiritually.com. I am your favorite relationship life coach and spiritual advisor. I also have an event coming up next month on March 28th. So please follow me, especially on Instagram, to get all those specific details. It's my first Flirt and Flow singles mixer. So we're going to have a bunch of raffles and connections for all my single folks out there. Even if you want to just come and vibe out, that is available for you. But come out, mix and mingle for all you singles.
All right, who want to go?
I can go.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey y'all, it's CC. Better known as See No Stress, because I don't see none. Okay, we don't see no stress. Period. I am pushing positivity, so you can catch me on Instagram or TikTok as See No Stress. And I also do like reviews and stuff. So if you guys want me to review some stuff, just drop it in my DM. That's all.
Tia, you want to go?
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. So I'm the one that's pushing the product. So I am the owner of T Michelle Supply, which is a mobile beauty supply store based in Philly, but I service the tri-state area. So y'all can follow the store page at TM Supply, or y'all can follow me, my personal page. I also do promo for the store on that page as well, and it is _ at Tia Michelle. And if y'all ever need any beauty products or accessories, I come directly to your door. You get your deliveries within 2 hours, same day.
You silly. All right, Shawnette, you up.
Howdy, I am Shawnette. I'm Shawnette Mobley on Facebook. On Instagram, I'm FitBoyMom3, as well as TikTok, FitBoyMom3. I also have another Instagram, Philly Jumps. I'm a rebound instructor, all about women's health and wellness.
All right, ladies. Hold on. Let me make sure everybody mutes is off. Tia, baby hairs. Baby hairs, is you there? Taking me off, baby hairs.
I did.
All right. Who want the topic for next week?
I'll take it.
Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared. All right. If you want to go, you ready? If you ready to go, you can go.
No, I ain't ready yet.
See?
Come on now.
I'm not ready. Well, I'm just not ready.
I gotta think about some questions and stuff.
What's up, Cito Stress? You want to go?
Yeah, I'll do it. I don't know which angle I'm gonna come from, but yeah.
All right. If anybody needs any help, then just hit me up and I'll walk you through it. Like we could walk through it. Like,
all right, because you made me feel like I was.
No, it ain't nothing to do. We could walk through it.
All right, we can do that this weekend.
All right, I got you. We'll walk through it.
Okay.
Walk through it. See, no stress. Get it together. If you need any help, hit me up. See ya.
I'm gonna text you.
All right. Until the next time, everybody. I gotta get away from these serial killers. I'm valuable. Like I'm valuable, and they be coming for me. I don't understand it. Like I be trying to have they back, and they just want to come for me.
It's all love.
It's all out of love, though. It's all out of love.
It's all good. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, like and share the video. We will see y'all next Tuesday at 8 p.m. It's the prophecies, man. Deuces.
Bye.
Bye.